So we are here again, guys. Welcome to If You Ask Jimmy. Today, I am extremely excited because I have a personality in the studio who it's just a big honor for me to invite him to share the same platform with me today. On this program, you have no other person than Kayode Saxophone Ogunkoya. Are you not surprised that someone has a middle name that has sax in it? That's a saxy. You heard me right. I didn't say sexy, guys. I said saxy. That's as sexy. That's as sexy as it can be. So I have the honor of host. I'm happy to host Saxophone on this program today, and I welcome you on board with me to enjoy my session with this great international music artist, an intellectual, and someone that is very, very socially savvy, and is also a public commentator with a very unique and very intellectual slant to contemporary issues. So you're going to see the music side of him. You're going to see the personality. Very great gentleman, as you can see, very handsome gentleman. You know, it becomes a little bit of challenge when I bring people that are super handsome and I look like something else on the same platform with them. Guys, welcome with me this guy from South Africa, a Nigeria-born person who has been in South Africa for decades, Saxophone. Saxo, welcome to If You Ask Jimmy.
Yes, sir. Good day, viewers. Good day, Mr. Jimmy. Yeah, this is Saxophone from South Africa. It's nice to be here. Thank you.
Welcome. So I had a little bit of a glitch there. Saxo, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
Okay, my name is Kayode Ogunkoya, popularly known as Saxophone. I am an Afro jazz artist from Nigeria, to South Africa, playing music and entertaining people with Afro jazz music. So I've been doing this for a while now. So it's very, very, it's my pleasure to be on the program today.
Thank you. For a while. You're making it look like sound like yesterday. Saxo, for a while. How long have you been playing music professionally?
Well, I've been playing music professionally for, I think, over 2 decades now.
Awesome.
Yeah, over 2 decades plus, I've been playing music professionally.
Amazing. So, can you help us to understand a little bit more about you? How did it get started? I know that you didn't bring, or did you bring it from heaven? Is it in the family? Is it a gift? What is it like? How did you get to become a music person? Where did you start from?
Okay. Saxophone started music so many years ago. I think in 1995 was the first time I laid my hand on a musical instrument, which is a trumpet. So I'm from a family of music. My elder brother played music. My younger brother played music. I also played music.
Your elder brother?
Yes.
I have a knowledge of who your elder brother is, but you want to share with us a little more? And let me say, I don't know if, I know you are comfortable with your instrument. This is going to be quite a long interview. You want to balance well. You are cool handling that because I know the weight of that thing you are carrying. Maybe you want to adjust.
I'm still looking for how to keep it, but it's fine.
All right. So this your other brother, I know, is a household name in Nigeria, in the US, with hit tracks and killing it in the music industry for more than almost 3 decades now. So who is this, your elder brother?
More than 3 decades.
More than.
Yeah, my brother is called Obukoya, Gbedumaster,
Ah,
Nigerian American based Afrobeat artist.
awesome.
One of those people who are making Afrobeat go global. You know, I'm talking of the original Afrobeat, not the other new Afrobeat, the original Afrobeat with capital letter. You know, taken after the style of music of Fela Kuti and all the rest. So, I
Right.
mean, he was playing music, started playing music in the mid 80s. So that was when I saw them rehearsing.
Hmm.
We used to stay in Okota Police Barracks. So he
Lagos.
started rehearsing with his
And
brass section, trombone, trumpet, alto sax, tenor sax, baritone. They will stay somewhere under the mango tree rehearsing. And the moment I hear those sounds, something inside just ginger me like, no, I think I want to know more about this thing. Then I love soccer then. I would leave soccer, just go sit down, be watching them, be watching them rehearse. And
so that's how you
I
started
want to
getting.
play this instrument, as a little boy. It's always ginger me like, okay, me not let play, me, man. Let me
Awesome.
see what they're doing with this thing. Then I will be hanging around them, like, go and play this boy, go and play. Or I will just stay there,
Saxo, sorry to interrupt you. I'll let you continue the story. You mentioned Kola Ogunkoya, right? Gbedumaster.
Yes, sir.
That
Yes,
name
sir.
rings a bell to a lot of people in my and your generation, and people maybe in their late 30s up to like 70s in age. But can we just introduce one of his hit tracks that can make him easily identifiable? Ohun tí mo fẹ́ jẹ, ṣóun ni ò jẹ́ ń gbọ́. Pèmí lórúkọ,
Yeah,
ó fà mí ní
yeah.
ronú.
That
Ohun
pretty
tí
baby,
mo
that's
fẹ́ jẹ, ṣóun ni ò jẹ́ ń gbọ́. Pèmí lórúkọ, ó fà mí ní rògbò. I can't
oh
sing
yeah.
because of anointing. I can't sing too much of it. So yeah, so continue. I want you to also summarize this because it's a long story. I'm still trying to
Yeah.
dig into how you came into music, and you have given us a little background. As much as possible, I want you to touch as many areas of the musical side of you. Now, you were watching your brother, they were rehearsing, you saw all the assemble of the brass, instruments and all of those things. Can you take us, briefly out of that place? You said you were in Okota Police Barracks. What were you doing in police barracks?
Yeah, my father was a police officer. So we live in the police estate,
You are
which we
Omolopa?
call, yeah, Omolopa. So we live in the estate called Police Barracks, So that was when my brother actually taught me the first key on trumpet, which is the key of C. So then after that, I think 2095, it took me to one of the greatest saxophone player of that time.
Yeah.
Pa Ishola Abe. Pa Ishola Abe is one of the alto sax player for Fela Kuti's band. Wow. He also played with Akib Karim. So Pa Ishola Abe taught a lot of people saxophone in Nigeria. He used to go from churches to churches training, So my brother took me to him like, I need you to help me, train this guy. He's been disturbing me. He wants to play, saxophone. And that's how I learned how to play. I learned trumpet then. Then I think in 2099, I came back after school. Then instead of him to give me trumpet, he just went inside and brought out tenor sax and said, this is what I want you to learn.
Sorry, you go back to the tenor sax thing with that, Baba. After school was when you came back from higher institution, right?
When I came out of high school, when I finished my high school.
All right. So Baba now brought the tenor sax
So
out?
I went back to locate, Baba Ishola's house.
Okay.
Then after some weeks, I located the place. Instead of him to give me trumpet, he went inside and brought one white Selma sax and
Wow.
said, "This is what I want you to learn now."
Wow.
And my spirit said, "No, don't argue with him. He knows better." And yeah, that's
Awesome.
where I am today. I play tenor sax.
Awesome. Now we heard about, thank you so much, Sax. Okay. We have heard about the policeman side of your father. Is there any musical side to your father? Your father was a police officer. You were living in Okota Barracks, and that was where you picked the music up from your brother, who took you to a professional who had worked with Fela Kuti, a saxophonist with Fela Anikulapo Kuti, and people like Kip Karim, who are the biggest high life hit band of those 50s, 60s, and 70s. So, is there any musical side to police officer Ogukoya, your dad?
Yeah. One of the things you really like to know about my dad is a very funny and comedic man. Very jovial, very friendly. If you go to Okota police station, you go to Agbo police station. If you go to a Khartoum police station, you mention his name today, people will still tell you that, Baba Yen, we know him. He's a very good man, very funny, very friendly, and he's very kind. So when I was growing up, I grew up, seeing my dad playing those Nigerian music, old school music, high life music of King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, Edio Konta, and all those things. He's got a record, and one day he was telling us the story that he used to have a record store where he sells, musical tape, all those Vine and all the rest. We used to have a lot of them in the house. So on weekend, early in the morning, my dad would start playing music, different music, Fela music, Victor Laya, Edio Konta, from one album to the other. We play till, when he's going to work or he's going out. So we grew up with that kind of, environment and life, and it was beautiful, beautiful. Sunday morning, a lot of gospel music we playing at home, and probably that's where we pick music, or music. I believe music picked us. We don't pick music. Because I was actually playing soccer.
Wow.
Before I dropped soccer to play music.
So, okay, you are actually a sportsman and a musician. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. In high school, I'm one of the best soccer players. I'm one of the best 800 meters runner. Even 200 meters run, I'm very good at it.
Wow.
From primary school to high school. I mean, after high school, during high school, I was playing with a club at Okota. After school, we go to the club and train, hoping that maybe I will become a soccer player. I'm a very good striker. So, I mean, so the moment I enter music, then I have to drop the soccer team and face music.
It's interesting. Saxo K is so interesting. Even me, as much as I know you, I'm not even privy to this side of you. And thanks for sharing with us. Okay. We want to really get as much as possible in this particular interview with you. So please help us to, just have that at the back of your mind. So, the way we manage the conversation. But thank you for sharing the sportman. There was a time when this issue happened between Timi Dakolo and Pastor Lazarus and, what is his name? Ali Baba put his mouth on it. Pastor Chris also said some things about musicians recently. People were saying whether they should pay them or not pay them. Pastor Femi Lazarus mentioned, people should, musicians should not, why should music ministers be paid or charged or whatever? A lot of controversies. I did some videos on that. And then during that conversation, I think I shared with people that even a poor instrumentalist his rehearsal time can take the most of his time. Not to talk of a good instrumentalist, and not to talk, the instrumentalists are like in leagues. We have different levels and different layers. The higher you go, the more intense your rehearsal time becomes. That's why many people who do music, some of them, if they are not careful and brilliant and can balance and do good time management, they can hardly be good at anything else. Maybe that's why they had dropouts in the past. Are you getting me? And sports as well. People, when they do training, people that are footballers, and they spend a lot of time building their physique, building their stamina, building their skill, owning that skill and their passion. They just eat, sleep. They want to go back and just do the thing. And usually it doesn't leave them too much room for other things. Then someone will come and say whether that intellectual property, whether that skill or capacity, they talk about anointing. You can have a talent that God gives you from heaven, inherent talent, but you have to build it, because you have to learn earthly skills and sharpen those skills that will now bring out the deposit of God in you. So I'm happy that you said you're a professional footballer that could have ended up being a professional, if not that the music is now standing, it's now going side by side, pari passu with it, and you had to really focus on one of those. Let's go back to the musical family. You have a brother, like you said, your younger brother is into music. Can you let us also tell us a little about your younger brother? We have heard about Daddy now, who has a music part of him. I think from our pre-interview, you were telling me about how Daddy also owned a record store way back, right?
Yeah.
So
he used to own a record store.
Tell us about that, and quickly, you have to manage this conversation, like I said, because if not, we will not be able to cover as much. Definitely, we are bringing you back, but Saxo K is loaded. And because you are loaded, we want to get as much as possible out of you. Please tell us briefly about the business music side of Daddy. He was a professional policeman, and he also had a music part of him, that he was also in the business of music. Tell us about that, and then tell us about your younger brother in music, to cover the musical family aspect of things. Thank you.
So my dad used to own a music store, like a distributing music store where they sell musical tapes and vines. So that was many years ago. I think that was before I was born. I heard the story. He told us the story. So he used to have that store in the Shagamu. So later he closed down the store. So then that's the story I heard about it.
What about your brother?
Yeah, my younger brother, I think immediately I started learning music, he also came to join, and we both started learning from the same teacher.
Who is this guy? Who is this, your younger brother?
My younger brother is Olufemi. His stage name is Olufemi Koya. Olufemi Koya Afrobeat.
Right.
And he's also based here in South Africa doing music, representing Nigeria in South Africa, and it's really doing well.
Yeah, I know your brother is also an international artist like you, and who has played with the best of the best globally, Angelique Kidjo and some other, brands. I know you also have played with all of those bands. I mean, it's amazing. Your brother started music in Nigeria. He was a known brand who played for, very big brands. And then he went to America and he was killing it in America. He was releasing back to back. He came to Nigeria to release albums. And also, he released hits. I mean, that one I sang is just one of his name. Gbedumaster was already a household name on the music scene in Nigeria, on the radio station, TV station, in parties and everywhere. That's your elder brother. Your dad had music to him. Your younger brother is one of the biggest brands in Afro music globally today. And you and your brother, you are ruling the music market in America, in South Africa, and globally as well. Now, your younger brother is a big brand. Your older brother is a big brand. You yourself, you are a big brand. How do you explain that?
Well, I think we just adhere to the core. You know, like I said, you don't choose to play music. Music will choose you. You know, it's a calling. When you are called into something, it becomes easy for you to do. Even those long days of training, you know, pushing, trying to get better, you just keep going. You know, a lot of people will start a journey, but few people will get to the end of it. I mean, I know a lot of people we started learning saxophone then together. Some of them are, you know, deviated into some other profession trying to do something else. But if music is better than you can't leave it. You just always find your way back on track to keep playing music. You know, come rain, come shine. You have to.
Can we say that your family, apart from the fact that you developed your skills, you owned your skills, can we say that your family is especially anointed? Because it doesn't come that easy. People try, but to have you guys just so good on the musical instrument, and then looks like a mystery though. You understand? Because like your brother, he didn't have the time to train you. He said, okay, go to the best of best, and Baba trained you. I think I caught you short the other time. You wanted to also tell us how Baba also trained your younger brother, Olufemi Sax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also came there. He started by, you know, training on trumpet. He started by training on trumpet, and later he just picked the saxophone and, you know, look through everything and start practicing. And then he switched to saxophone when a tenor sax player was needed in my brother's band. So everything happened in our lives so quickly.
Wow.
Because I started playing saxophone not quite long before Sweetie Baby was recorded. So my brother came from US to do recording.
Okay.
Then he came in, he saw me playing the saxophone. He was like, when you start to play sax, she been a trumpet in the left still. I said, now Baba Ishola, they teach me sax now. I was like, that's good, please keep it up. Awesome. And he did a very, very amazing thing that day that really, you know, it shocked me. I was amazed, and I was like, no, I'm gonna take this thing serious.
Wow.
He came with a brand new saxophone to do recording. When he was going back, I didn't have my own saxophone there. So he was like, which sax are you using? I said, no, when I go Baba Riaza place,
just change the mouthpiece.
You know, I only have mouthpiece. Then it was on the day he wanted to leave, he was like, no, you know what? Take this sax.
Wow. Wow.
A Yamaha sax. That was the best sax I ever owned. Yamaha sax.
That's amazing. Well,
so, and you know, for somebody of his caliber to do that, it's not easy, man.
Yeah, it was that.
Not everyone can, you know, very expensive saxophone. Just give it to a beginner.
Wow.
So I told myself that the next time this guy is gonna come home, he will see me that I'm doing this thing very well. So the next time he came up, he saw that I'm already playing, you know, with different guys, with Daniel Bankole of the Lovers Band and so many others.
Daniel is in the same Dallas with me now. Daniel is probably the biggest brand when it comes to his own thing here in Dallas. He doesn't, no contest. Danny B, if you are hearing us, these are your guys, okay? This is your own sax, okay? And this is your brother. Baba Dan, go ahead.
So he was so happy. He was so happy, like, everybody's here, take care. You guys are just like pushing, you know? So then they needed to do some show. They wanted to do the Shaggy show. So they just called me and like, hey, we have decided that you need to join the band.
Wow.
Go to Showboy, go and collect baritone sax from Showboy. You will be playing it now. Wow. Then go to Mr. Isaac and the rest. They will teach you all your lines.
Wow.
You know, I've just started playing saxophone probably, it's less than 2 years.
But you have been a trumpeter, so you have the ear, you have the skills. Yeah. It's not like a transferring of skill. You are not green like that.
So, you know, to play in Afrobeat band is not something that is very easy. Not everyone can do that.
Okay.
So I have to start rehearsing every day. I pick up all the lines, and you know, that's how I started playing with the band.
So you started rolling with the Agbabolas instantly. And
instantly.